I'm a software engineer, at 24 years old. I've been working at a tech company for the past 2 years. Along the way, I've learned new things, got promotion to the company, but in these 2 years, I've lost a lot. My fitness, my sleep, I stopped learning new things. So now I'm challenging myself to go back on the track. So if you're a software engineer, let's get started. It more practical by setting the bar to a 60-day journey. I'm diving my day into major parts. So morning, work, side hustles, family, and evenings. Each setup will last for 10 days, and after that, I'll revisit and revise it a little bit to keep it fresh and keep it growing. My mornings aren't the best. I usually wake up around 9 in the morning, and instead of doing something useful, the first thing I do is just grab my phone and scroll through Instagram in the bathroom. Sometimes that takes up to 30 minutes of my time. That could easily be used for something that sets the tone of the day. It feels small, but when you add it up, that's gonna be more than the 3 hours wasted every single week. That's just scrolling. So I have to clock in at around 12 p.m. at noon. I stay there till 7 to 8, and most days I leave the house without even having the breakfast. So that means no time for family, no proper morning, no proper fuel for the day. That's just rushing. So here's the plan I'm setting it for myself for the next 10 days in this 60-day plan. Instead of losing an hour on the phone scrolling, I'll wake up around 9:30 or 10, probably get a good sleep, head straight into the treadmill. I'll do a 30 minutes of cardio. So it will be a mixture of treadmill, cycle, and elliptical. So all the cardio will get done. This isn't just about burning calories, it's about cardio clearing my head and reduces stress and set me up to focus better when I sit down to code. By 11, I plan to take on shower, get ready for work, and this time I'll make space for breakfast, have a good time with my family. It might sound a small change, guys, but sharing a meal in the morning isn't about just the food, it's about the connection. It's about starting the day grounded instead of rushing out to the door. This is why mornings are so important. They are the foundation of the day. If I win in the morning, I win the rest of the day, period. And that's exactly why this first setup matters so much. It's my first setup in this 60-day journey. Once I leave home, get into the car, there's one more change I want to bring. Usually I play music podcast right away, but for now, for the next 10 days, I'm gonna keep the car ride completely silent. That silent is not emptiness, it's my meditation time. It's chance to let my mind settle, to simply observe the environment, the streets, the people, the sunlight. Even the small details we usually ignore. Instead of just filling my head with the noise, I'll use this drive to slow down, breathe, and focus. Trust me, guys, we live in a world where every second is filled with content, notification, endless scrolling. Giving myself even 15 minutes of pure silence on the way to work is a way of just recalming my own attention. It's training my mind to stay present, to notice what's around me, and to reset before I dive into the rest of the day. So morning setup isn't about just cardio, breakfast, it's about presence. By the time I reach the office, I want to not feel rushed, not distracted, but calm, ready to agree and engage with my work for the day. Now, the next part of the day is obviously the office. This is one block of the time where we cannot control too much because at the end of the day, work is work and we all have to give it to the best to grow more better. But what I can control is how I work and how I feel myself through it. I don't usually eat meals at the office, but I keep it simple. So just 2 fruits and 2 green teas. One green tea is as soon as I arrive. That marks my start of the shift. The second is at around 5ish p.m. as a signal for my break. These little rituals act like my checkpoints of the day. They keep my energy steady and also remind me to pause a little bit for my work. So, in my office, I work as a backend engineer. My role is to handle the backbone of an entire project from designing the architecture to development, making sure everything runs smoothly and get deployed as well to the production. I also lead a team, so a big part of the day is not just about writing coding, but guiding others, reviewing their work, and make sure we're moving in the right direction. It's about solving problems, managing system, and keeping things stable. So whether it's designing database, building APIs, troubleshooting any issue in the production, it's where my focus goes. So most of the time, if everything is working perfectly, you know that you have done your job right. For my actual work, I've started dividing my shift into focus blocks. So from 12:30 to 5 p.m., I give myself one big stretch of focus work. Inside that, I break it into the smaller cycles. So 40 to 45 minutes of a deep work, followed by a quick 5 minutes break where I move my eyes away from the screen. This will give me a little bit of a rest so I feel not drained by the end of the day. Once my main work block ends, I take a short walk, nothing major, just a few minutes in the park nearby, and then you don't have that option if in your office, then walking in the office is actually the same way. The point is to just step away from the screen and just reset and come back later. After 5 p.m., I'm planning to shift my role a bit so it's less heavy work and it's more of a support agent handling bug fixes, smaller tasks, a little bit of meetings. By this time, my energy is different and it's about now finishing strong without overloading myself. So even though the office hours are fixed, so the way we designed our focus is all that gives us the control of the day. After work, here we go back to the home. And honestly, this is the part I look forward to the most because no matter how busy the office gets, when you walk around that door, it's your family waiting. If you live with your parents, that's them waiting for you the whole day. If you live with your spouse, wife, husband, that's her and him waiting for you for the day. And if you got kids, they have been counting the hours. So remember, once you're home, your focus has to shift. Work can wait, but your family deserves you to be present. That's where I try to be as intentional as possible. The first thing is food. I eat, reach home, then take about 20 minutes to rest and reset. After that, I make a point to get active again. But instead of training alone, I try to involve someone else. If you are living with your family, you can involve your mother, dad, spouse, kid. Partnering with the family just makes it fun and also strengthens the bond as well. Since you already had done the cardio in the morning, so we're not going to shift it to a very high stretch exercise. For me, this is just the strength training time. We'll do some weight training, one session before work to wake the body up, and one after the work to lose those sitting hours and burn off that stress. Once that's done, the reset of the family evening begin. I try to give as much of time as I can. Sometimes if it's just sitting and talking, and the other days we might even go out together as well. So it's just family time. This part of the day is reminder that balance matters. If you're not just a software engineer or anyone working at a corporate level, you're also a son, a partner, a dad, and a friend. Your family needs you. As the day winds down, there is where I put a different hat. After family time, I shift my gears into the side hustles because this is where I get to build for myself. So right now, I'm on to learning in iOS and also working on launching a small clothing startup. So we're building everything from scratch, from setting up the Instagram page to develop an e-commerce website. So that's how we're going to now categorize it. We're going to not give each of these tasks every single day. Rather than we plan it to split it 3 day for each work. So in a week, 3 days for learning iOS and 3 days for building the small startup of the clothing brand. In this way, we will have a Sunday off and we will be giving each work a proper time rather than just giving one work and half an hour or 1 hour. That just doesn't make sense. And that's all pretty much it. And with that, the day finally comes to close. Tomorrow it all begins again, and that's how the cycle would go up for 10 days. That's it. Now it's bedtime. We'll make sure that no laptop, work, or phone gets in the way. So though I haven't talked much about prayers yet, but they are important. So here's how I'm starting: just one or two a day, depending upon your religion or personal practice. It doesn't have to be perfect, but it's about building the first habit since we're on the first block of this journey, that is the day 0 to 10. So we will just keep everything that we can hit. So after 10 days, we'll revise and adjust. So the goal is simple. By the end of the day, we have to give time to family, peace, decent night's sleep, because tomorrow we begin again. A small, little stronger focus, a little closer to where we want to be. See you after day 10.